You're not going crazy and you're not crazy. You are tuning. A lot of people are tuning at this time. You are part of an energetic movement, whether you like it or not. There is a collective lift towards truth, towards clarity, towards transparency, and you are part of it. The deception doesn't work on you. The manipulation doesn't work on you. Hey cuties, I'm Dans. This is my channel, That Good Tarot, where we do timeless readings for anyone with any placements. If you've made your way to this reading, I do believe there is a message in here for you. However, if you don't resonate with this reading, that's cool, that's chill. Go check out my channel. There are so many other readings there, and I'm sure you'll find something that fits you. So we have a pretty big download again, and this one is specifically for my highly sensitive, so energetically sensitive, emotionally sensitive, for these people that are feeling things really, really strongly and feel like when they walk into spaces they can kind of feel everything. Or maybe you're very, very overwhelmed emotionally, or maybe you're feeling like there's a lot of information coming at you right now. There is a lot of information coming to you to kind of help make sense of what's going on with you right now. So let's get into it. The message starts with, you are more tuned in and aligned than you have ever been before. You're not crazy. You're not losing your mind. You're not overreacting. You are in tune, and what you feel is correct. You can feel energies so strongly. Let's pull some cards on this. Universe, please, inside information. What does this beautiful collective need to hear as they're going through this this tuning process? I'm really feeling for a lot of you. It just feels like a lot. Feels like a lot. You're gonna need to excuse my voice. I know you might not be able to hear a difference. I can hear a difference. I can feel a difference. I've been doing a vocal technique with singing that's just different, and I've been overusing a section of my sinuses are... Anyways, I'm gonna power through. We have the High Priestess and we have the Lovers. This is got to do with your intuition. This is going to do with your connection. This is about how you feel people, how you connect with people, how you read people. There is so much going on with this energy. It's really, really, really strong hits is what you're getting at this time. Like, it almost feels like you're getting energetic hits more often than not. And when you're not getting energetic hits, you might feel just like you're really drained or like just tired. Know that your body needs to your body is actually working really hard when it reads energies. You're not actively choosing to exert that energy. Like, sometimes you might be, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to try and feel this energy. And then you know that you're exerting that energy, but your body's actually just doing that all the time because it's so in tune and it's really sensitive to it. So it's just being like hyper aware and hyper focused. And like being mentally hyper aware or mentally hyper focused, if you do that for any certain amount of time, you get really tired and drained. It's a really exerting thing, a really exhausting thing to be in. So that is why you might be feeling really, really tired at this time. But know that like this tuning that's happening for you right now, it really is part of your divine path. It really is part of your purpose. A lot of you might be feeling at this time that you're kind of like, well, what is my purpose here? What is the point of anything that I'm doing here? Nothing here really, I feel like, gives me that much fulfillment where I feel like, if I wasn't here, there would be some, huge hole left. Like, I don't think that's the situation. Like, when I'm tapping into your energy, it almost feels like maybe some part of you subconsciously feels quite replaceable, or just not like instrumental in anything. So it could be playing on your purpose, but know that like your purpose is coming to light really, really soon, and you are being like activated for it. And that needs to happen. Like, your purpose is going to be so heavily requiring you of being in tune with different energies. So, that takes time. That takes time and alignment to happen. And that's what's happening right now. It's taking the time it needs to take for the alignment to take place. It's taking the time it needs to take. But this energetic sensitivity, this is not going to go away. This is here to stay, and it's something that you're going to have to learn how to grow with, because this is one of your many gifts. Some of you might know what your other gifts are. If you do, drop them down below, share with the class. But like many gifts, there are adjustments that need to be made so that you don't get overwhelmed. We have the Ace of Cups, we have the Two of Cups, and we have the Page of Swords here. Yeah, this is forever. This is how it is now for you. Now, you won't always be overwhelmed by this. It will be something that like you adjust to, you habituate to, so that it doesn't feel so strange to be doing this all the time. Kind of like your energetic stamina will increase. Or your ability to read energies, the stamina for that will also increase. And once it stops feeling like such a, so yeah, I just heard the vroom, like something get really, really fast. Once it feels like you're okay, you're not afraid of it, you're used to it, and you're ready to fly with it, that's when you'll actually be able to start kind of wielding this gift and like noticing how you are able to use it for good, for healing, for advancement, for all these other things that you will be able to use it for. But it can kind of be like, well, here's this gift. I'm feeling everything so deeply. Why? Like, what am I supposed to use this for? How is this a helpful thing? That can be a really, really strong feeling if you're like, I can't deal with it. I can't deal with all of this coming at me all at once. When you learn how to separate your energy that you're feeling from the energies that you're feeling from other people, and you learn to read really specifically the different energies that are coming in, because there's happy and there's sad. And then there's all of these different branches out of happy. There's all these different branches out of sad. There's all these areas that are kind of happy and kind of sad at the same time. You will be able to discern and identify all of these things so quickly, and it's going to change how you approach people. Like, you're pretty empathetic as it is. I feel like you might be very, very observant of people's body language, things like that, where you can kind of put yourself in someone else's position and see how they might be feeling or reacting to a situation. And if someone is feeling closed off, maybe they're feeling a bit insecure, maybe they're feeling overwhelmed by a highly social situation, and you're kind of that person to engage with them to make them feel welcome, just as an example. But it's going to go beyond that. Like, you might feel like, oh, that's reading energy. That's being observant, and that's part of it. That's part of it. But like, you being able to like read their energy is going to take that to like a whole new level. And you won't even know why you're being told this information about this person, or why you're getting to connect to their energy in this way. But the reason why is so that you can connect with them in a way that is helpful to both of you, in a very, very healing way. You are going to be someone that leads someone else on their journey. You're going to be one of those people that really helps other people up, that shows them the light, that gives them the guidance, that you guide people towards themselves. You guide people towards truth. You guide people towards compassion. You guide people towards forgiveness. You guide people towards whatever it is they need to kind of forgive themselves and resolve whatever conflict they have within themselves. Because that's what's going on when there's an energy that needs assistance. There's a conflict within their energy. There is a dissonance within their energy. Two things aren't connecting. Two things are like butting heads within their energy, and they're having to kind of like deal with that. You're the person that comes along and inserts that extra bit of information, or does the action that's going to rewrite the narrative for them. And you're going to be doing it really deliberately. You're not going to be telling people that you're doing these things. This is what's going to be happening. This is what you are doing. Action here. This is what you are doing. This is the kind of... I see you are being like a little bit of like a knight in shining armor, or like a bit of a silent savior. And it's a very small thing. Like, don't go getting a savior complex about it. Like, it's very small ways that you are such a hero in people's lives. talking about your gifts and how you might be feeling overwhelmed. You may feel while you're tuning and while you're feeling like this is just, your body is just tuning to it. You may feel claustrophobic around large crowds in enclosed spaces. You may feel more at ease in outdoor spaces. You may find you no longer enjoy getting drunk or getting inebriated. These types of things, they might just be like the crowds in confined spaces. Say that might be like a club or something like that. You might find that you're getting really, really anxious in spaces like that. And I hope that this validates that that's not a you thing. That's not happening because there's anything wrong with you. That's not a deficiency within you. That's not a weakness within you. That's not you. Like, it could partially be that like, okay, you're getting older and that's not your scene anymore. That's also fine. But it actually has a lot to do with the fact that you are energetically receiving so much information. And you're in a place where you don't know how to control that. So you need to find safer spaces for yourself right now as you are tuning yourself. We have the Empress, we have the Ace of Swords, we have the Three of Cups. It's really important here for you now to assert safety around yourself. You're in a really vulnerable time while you're tuning. While this awakening is happening, it's super vulnerable. And it can be really, really scary. So make sure that you are recognizing really quickly the spaces where you don't feel safe, or not at the very least, the spaces where like, if your body's like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I would rather be at home. Don't shame yourself into staying in a place because you want to prove to yourself that you're not like agoraphobic or anything like that. There might be a reason right now why you're trying to stay at home, because you are energetically tuning in to your environment, and it can be really overwhelming. When you are more centered in your energy, there are ways that you can experience the world in ways that are safe. Like I said, you could probably be around large crowds as long as it's an outdoor setting, somewhere where the energy doesn't get trapped, somewhere where maybe there is like a lot of nature. Like I'm sure you'd be maybe more comfortable in a park than you would be in a club, somewhere where there's nature, somewhere where there's grounding, somewhere where there's fresh air, somewhere you can center yourself within that environment. It might be, trialing out little bits of different systems. Maybe it's like, okay, can I handle a grocery store during like the peak hours that they're busy? Test that out. See how you do with like 15 minutes of that and be like, okay, that was okay. I could deal with that. Or maybe you weren't ready for that. Maybe you want to go hang out with some friends and family. You want to be like, all right, I can handle 2 or 3 people. Let's see if I can handle 5. Let's see if I can handle 6. Let's see if I can handle 10. Up and up and up that number, and respect at the times when you're like, this is too much. And then, start to recalibrate, get back into your space, recharge. You won't always be the kind of person that's like, I can't handle this situation. You will be able to handle it when you've learnt how to deal with the energies. But while you are still tuning into it and it's all kind of just like happening to you, give yourself the space to take care of yourself while it's happening. There is a reason for your intuitive tuning. You are meant to use your gifts to feel the joy and pain of others. This is a huge part of your mission, your art, your work. You can feel when things are off before even they know something is off. You make people feel welcome. You make people feel like they have a home. You make people feel safe. With that Empress energy, that 3 of Pentacles. Like, this is what you're meant to do. This is such an early stage of you exploring this tuning, this next sense, because it's another sense. It's another sense that you have about how to see and feel the world. this is going to bring about a version of yourself that has yet to exist but is destined to exist. And bring about a version of you that is going to have healing that you have never had, and maybe you've had little glimpses of it, but it's going to absolutely explode and birth this new version of you. When you know how to read it, know how to accept it, and learn how to control it. Or at least not control it, but manage it and be in flow with it. Okay, there are some very dangerous waters to navigate when you are this highly tuned. So there are 3 sections to this, 3 things that you have to be super aware of when it comes to being this highly tuned and being this highly sensitive. Number 1 being you can mistake other people's energy for your own. This is something that's really, really big for you to learn how to manage, learn how to understand, learn how to read. Ways that you can do that is when you are starting to feel a deep reaction, a deep feeling, ask yourself, whatever caused this, whatever was in my face before I had this reaction, does this actually upset me? What am I upset about? What am I sad about? What am I angry about? And also, have I been in this situation before and not been upset or reactive? That is going to be a way of you separating, okay, like, is this my feeling, or does it make more sense that there's someone around me that would feel this way and I'm tuning into that? And like, it could be an animal that's feeling that way. If you're around a dog that is got really bad separation anxiety, you can start to feel that anxiety, and then you might be thinking like, is that my anxiety? You might actually be fine. So it's partly like asking yourself some clarifying questions when these things come up, and then also looking around your environment to be like, do I feel safe? Do I feel heard? Do I feel taken care of? Is there someone around me that doesn't feel heard, safe, or taken care of? That's going to be a entryway into discovering whether or not one of the energies is yours or belongs to something else, someone else. The second thing that you need to navigate when you are this highly tuned is you can be extremely overwhelmed and drained from this, because it's working a part of yourself. Your body, your mind, your spirit has to work very hard. We have the 5 of Pentacles, we have the Judgment, and we have the 8 of Pentacles. I actually do see that there will be points in your journey with this where you are really going to struggle with being overwhelmed. There are going to be points where you actually want to reject this. You actually want to reject the sensitivity. You actually want to reject these gifts. You don't want to be highly sensitive. You don't want to be feeling other people's energy. You don't want to take it on. Maybe some of you have been in places where you have been people pleasers and you have taken on the responsibility and the emotion of other people, and now this feels really scary, being like, okay, so now I feel everyone's energy. Maybe there's going to be, for a lot of you, a point where you're rejecting this. What will come, and what I hope you bring yourself when this comes, is there will be a crossroads. There will either be, okay, this exists, this is real for me, and I can learn how to work with this. I can go through the hard work of trying to identify what's not mine and what's mine, learn how to compartmentalize things, learn how to create a energetic field around myself to protect myself in spaces so that I can tune out of people's energy. I can make my own energy stronger so that their energy is not overpowering me. There's that way, or there is, I'm not going outside anymore. Screw this, screw people, I'm not going outside anymore, I'm not dealing with this anymore. I trust that you all will make the right choice to doing the work of, like I said before, testing your boundaries, or your limits rather, with what you can take at any given time, and then like slowly have more and more exposure therapy to, okay, if I can see 2 people, can I hang out with 3 people? Can I hang out with 5 people? Can I hang out with 7 people? Can I do an escape room with my friends? Is that okay? Okay, so I can be in this confined space with 6 people. Okay, that's good to know. What things can center me? What things can ground me? What ways can I feel stronger in my energy so I'm not overwhelmed by other people? How can I identify what's mine and what someone else's? It's gonna be work. It's gonna be work to tune into these gifts. And you know what? It's gonna take time. It's not gonna be a week of tuning either. It's gonna be months. It could potentially be years of you learning how to move with and manage these gifts that you have. But it will get easier, and you will actually find that not only will you be fulfilling such a large purpose of just being able to help people and connect with people, it actually really works to your advantage to be able to read energies. You know who is going to go somewhere with you in terms of like collaboratively or in a workplace. Who is going to be someone that will be a good asset to you, have a good alliance to you. If you meet someone who is extremely charismatic, but you can feel their energy is dark, you're not going to be tricked. You're not going to be led on by, the cover of the book. You're going to be able to read it for what it is. You're going to be able to protect yourself. And the more you tune into that, the more you'll be able to trust that. It'll actually accelerate so many things in your life. I really do see this helping creatives as well. When you can lock energetically so much into other people's energy, you will be able to find similarities in experiences, similarities in feelings. And it will actually be an in towards your art, because it's going to lift the emotionality of the work that you do, which is going to make your work speak louder, to reach further. So yes, back to you being overwhelmed and drained. So being in large crowds or being in highly emotive spaces might be really hard for you. So sporting events, parties, clubs, and it's okay to recognize that a space is not healthy for you or is not healthy for you at that moment. There will be spaces that are healthy for you. You need to learn what the parameters are that will make you feel safe. We have strength, we have the Queen of Wands. You're really being asked to handle this with as much grace as you can give yourself. It can be really, really hard to be in a situation where maybe you're with your partner or family or your friends, and you enter a situation like you're going to a club or you're going to a party, and you start to feel energetically overwhelmed. And then you start to get maybe a little bit of a panic attack, a little bit of an anxiety attack, or you just start getting really weird because you are fighting this feeling of like, I need to get out of here. Like, I just feel like I'm suffocating. And then your friends or your partner or the people that you're with are like, what is going on with them? That is so weird. That can suck. That can really suck. When it comes to these things, recognize that like, okay, you may understand what's going on. They may not understand what's going on with you. Love yourself enough, love them enough, and give yourself the grace and the space to be like, I love y'all. I'm not feeling so good. I'm going to get an Uber home. I'm going to get a ride share home. Don't worry about me. Like, I'm actually good, but I'm not feeling well. But I hope you guys have a good night. Like, just off ramp. Just get out of that situation. They'll love you. Your friends aren't going to think like differently of you because you said you weren't feeling well and you wanted to go home. That's fine. be honest, be like, I'm just not feeling well. Like, I'm not going to be a good time right now. I still want you guys to have a good time. You guys stay here. I got me. I'll see you next weekend. That's fine. Grace and space is what you need to do that. And it is actually stronger to leave a situation that you're not feeling comfortable than to stay somewhere that you're not feeling comfortable. It takes a lot of strength to do that. Have the strength and the grace to treat yourself with that respect and that love. Oh, my voice. I told it was happening. Okay. I'm just switching placements. So other people, this was the next part. So we had the mistaking other people's energy as your own, being overwhelmed and drained. And then the other thing that is something that you are going to need to learn how to navigate is other people who might try and manipulate you and your sensitivity. Being highly sensitive and highly empathetic without a strong sense of self and boundaries is a perfect mix for you to be manipulated. People who have a strong energy and tendencies for projection will impart their negativity and toxicity onto you, and you, wanting to heal and ready to take the blame, will let them. I know that many of you have experienced that before, but that is the risk at this time right now that you also have to learn how to navigate. This is why it's so important for you to understand the difference between your energy and someone else's energy, because yes, you can mistake someone else's energy for your energy, but there will be people that want you to do that. We have the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Hermit, we have the Ace of Pentacles. It is so crucial that now that you have this gift and it is awakening, that you treat it with so much care. It's almost like you've got this precious little egg, yeah, that you want to like carry around and make sure no one breaks it while the chick is hatching inside of it, you know? You want to make sure that no one disrupts that thing, that life growing. So you're going to hold it really gently and not let anyone come towards and start poking at your gift. No, absolutely not. I know that so many of you have been in that situation where people have projected their energy onto you. You're done with it. We don't need it. We don't need it. But something that you need to be aware of. Is there any more energy that we need to know about when it comes to these things? Thank you. We have the Five of Cups. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Justice. And we have the Hanged Man. There is going to be a time coming up pretty soon where it is going to be a lot of meditation. It is going to be a lot of centering in your energy. I really recommend the meditation if that's not something that you have been into in the past. Get ready for that to be something in your life, because if you've gotten to this point in the video and you're resonating with it, you are one of those highly sensitive empaths. You are someone whose intuition is tuning in to other people's energies, okay? So if you're not already meditating, this is going to be your direct link in towards you centering in your energy. Now, I think a lot of people think meditation is being still and eyes closed, and that is true and that is great. And I think that you should definitely try that. If that doesn't seem like your vibe, that doesn't have to be your form of meditation. Meditation can be running. Meditation can be lifting weights. Meditation can be going for a long walk. Meditation can be doodling. Meditation can be coloring. Meditation can be crocheting. Meditation is a state where you are almost letting your thoughts flow. Just seeing what comes up, not holding on to anything, and letting it go. Letting every part of you exist and acclimating yourself to that feeling, acclimating yourself to your energy. It is a really good place while you are letting all of these thoughts just exist and giving permission for all of these different things to come up. it's really helpful because maybe thoughts do come up, memories do come up, flashbacks do come up, energies can come through because you are so open to the river, the flow of things to move through, which can be a really, really handy thing. But it's about getting into that flow state. I really do feel like for a lot of the collective, it might just be a long walking and like that kind of mindless movement, that automatic movement can be really, really good to get into a meditative state. Something really, really important that you need to get into here. I'm going to be so real with you. Not everyone is going to come with you on this journey. There are going to be people that don't get it. There are going to be people that I already know that you're already deciding they don't need to know that I'm energetically tuned. And you know what, boo? You're right. Not everyone in the world needs to know that you're energetically tuned. Not everyone needs to know that you can feel everyone's energy. It's actually probably in your best interest to not give it away to everyone that, you know, you can feel their energies. Because if they don't believe you, they're going to think something about you. And if they do believe you, then they might act differently around you. Now, I do feel like there are going to be some people that if you were to tell them, they're going to be like, oh, I know. Of course you can. That makes total sense. You've always been able to read those things. There are going to be people that love you, support you, and just know that you're that kind of person. Know that you're the kind of person that can read energies, and it's something that they love so much about you because they feel like they can come to you and not have to explain why they're not feeling 100%, and you just kind of let them be how they are and they don't have to put a mask on around you. That's what they love about you so much. You're so compassionate, you're so understanding, and without even saying it, feels like you understand what they're going through. There are some people that don't get it. And the people that don't get it, there will be a distance forming between you and those people. That's okay. Hold tight to those who do. They will stay close to you. The people that get it will stay close to you. The people that get it will gravitate towards you. It is so important what your gifts are for. There is so much deception in the world. There is so much manipulation. What you have with your gift is truth. It's honesty. That's the gift that you're actually being given. That's actually what you're tuning into. You're tuning into truth. You're tuning into honesty. And it's so important that you do, because there is, on a global, on an economic, on a social, everywhere there is so much deception. There is so much manipulation. And because of all of that, people are hurting. You will be a light to so many people. Because you can cut through the deception. You can cut through the manipulation. The deception doesn't work on you. The manipulation doesn't work on you. That is why it is so important that you learn to work with these gifts and not work against them. Okay. So, overall message is you're not going crazy. You're not going crazy, and you're not crazy. There isn't anything wrong with you. You are tuning. That's what's happening. You are tuning. Again, might be very, very overwhelming at this time, but that's what's happening. You are tuning. And a lot of people, that's what this collective, it's a collective reading. A lot of people are tuning at this time. You are part of an energetic movement, whether you like it or not. You are part of something larger than you. There is a collective lift towards truth, towards clarity, towards transparency, and you are part of it. And it can be overwhelming, and that's okay. That's okay. But we are in this together, collective. Let's pull some little oracle cards. Okay, universe, please, insight information. What does this beautiful golden glowing collective need to hear as they are going through this process? Thank you. We have, don't worry, darling, you'll find your way. The red rose, overcoming obstacles, finding joy, carefree. Let it happen. Don't fight the process. Don't fight the energies. Let it happen, and it's going to move a lot faster than we have. There is a reason you have those dreams. The mystic, intuition, high priestess, visionary. You are tuning into something so much larger than you. These dreams, these visions, these energies, this isn't just you reacting to stimuli. This is you feeling things that are very, very real. This is you receiving information that is very, very real. Take note of it. Start journaling it, writing it down, making a note of it, keeping track of it, or at the very least, write it down just so that it's out of your brain, because your brain can only hold so much. And once you write it down, you let it go, because your brain doesn't have to store it in the RAM of your brain anymore. Let's get into the last oracle cards. Universe, please, insight information. What does this beautiful collective need to hear on this day? I see yourself. Sorry, I'm staring. I don't know why the High Priestess card is staring at me and I'm staring at it. You yourself might start getting downloads. I encourage you to start journaling, just to kind of see what happens if you were to welcome a download, welcome a message. We have Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Stop. Stop. Pillar of Light, your vibration is rising. And here we have take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. You really need to make sure you are resting during this time. You are energetically working overtime. I know you're not intending to. I know you're not trying to, but it is what is happening. So make sure you are taking time to rest. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I'll see you in the next reading.